Hey everyone, Tristan back with another video, and I just wanted to show you this cool tire inflator that I recently got. This is both for cars and bikes and e-bikes and other things. One of the things that's really nice about this, it's really small. As you can see, it fits really nicely in the hand. It only weighs about 14 ounces, and I think the battery technology has gotten to the point where you can actually inflate like car tires with something that's this small. Literally like 5 years ago, something like this probably didn't even exist, but now we're starting to see products like this. This one is branded Juiced, which is the company that makes my e-bike. This is just a co-branded product by Juiced, but I will link in the description field of this video where you can get it. It comes in different names, but it's all made by the same manufacturer for this form factor. But as you can see, it's got a nice digital display here, and it goes all the way up to 120 psi. So you can inflate tires all the way up to 120 psi. So currently, as you can see right here, it's set to psi 37. And then you can actually adjust that manually to any other psi that you want. And then you can also cycle through PSI, bar, KPA, and this one here as well. And then you also have different presets that you can have too here. So like here's the one for car, but if you change it, it would remember. I think the default for car is like 30, but you can change it. And then you have different, this is like motorcycle, you can also change, each one of these presets you can change. So if you have a car, a motorcycle, a bike or whatever, you can change them just like presets in a car radio, and it will remember the PSI. So that's really cool. The other thing too is that it will stop at the inflation that you want. So for instance, I'm inflating a tire to 37, it'll automatically stop at 37, so it won't actually go over. It also has a bleed valve right here as well, which is handy also for accuracy, because you can actually go over the inflation that you want and then bleed it down to what you actually want for increased accuracy. And then right in here, you can see there's a little button here. You press that. This is actually the little hose that attaches in here to the valve. So what you do is you just screw this here like that, and then you've got your Schrader valve right here. And then this goes into the tire. And I'll take this over to my e-bike in a little bit, and we'll inflate the tire, and you can see how this works. But I can just press this and inflate it right now, just so you can hear it. So that's inflating right there. And it works really well. The other thing that you have here on the top is an LED flashlight. Let me just put this back in here. This stores really nicely in there, so it's nice and compact. But the other thing you have here on the top is you got an LED flashlight. So if you turn it on and then you hold the top button, the LED flashlight goes. And it's pretty bright. It's not the best LED flashlight I've seen, but it's not bad. And then here you've got the charge port, which is a USB-C charge port. You also get with it this sort of nice sturdy carrying case. It seems pretty water resistant, which is really nice. And then you get a bag of different attachments and accessories here for different valves, or like a basketball, or different things that you might want to, pool toys and different things that you might want to pump up. So that's very handy as well. And then right here is the charge cable. It's a USB-C to regular USB-A charge cable. And what you do to charge this up, now as you can see, it's got a charge indicator here. So it's green, so it's showing that it's charged already. But you can plug that in here, and then I'll just plug this in to a USB charger. You can use like your iPhone charger or whatever. And then when I do that, I'm actually just using an Anchor portable charger right now just for this video, but you can see that it's charging. You can see it's blinking there, the indicator. What will happen is that when the battery is going dead, that indicator will show low. It'll start blinking amber, and I think eventually it'll blink red, showing that you need to charge it up. So you probably do want to kind of keep it charged, just so that you have it at the ready. The only thing on this that I probably recommend you don't do is store it in your car. Because as you probably know, battery-operated devices such as this don't do well in heat. The heat actually destroys the rechargeable lithium-ion battery inside. So if you store this in a car, the car is liable to get quite hot inside, and it could actually degrade the battery of this. So I probably wouldn't store it in my car. I tend to use it just around the house, or I can pump up my car tires with this when I'm at home, but for out and about, just storing in the car, I actually have a non-battery operated one that plugs into the cigarette lighter of my car that I use for emergency purposes that I carry in my car. So this is more for I actually use it more for biking. Like, it's something that's really small and compact. I can put it with me in my bag, like if I'm taking a long e-bike trip or something like that. It's just kind of nice to have, to be able to pump up the tires, or even help people on the side of the road or something, pump up their tires as well. So all in all, it's just a really nice, compact, tire inflator, and it works really well for the price. I will post a link in the description field below where you can get, this one happens to be a red color, but usually they're black. But the co-branded one with Juiced Bikes is, this kind of red color. But, again, I've been really impressed with the performance of this. It's not super fast or anything. Like, it'll pump up a bike tire from completely deflated, to inflated in maybe about 3 minutes or something like that. I don't know, on a car tire, it might take a lot longer on a car tire. If you have like 4 car tires that are completely deflated, this thing may not cut it, because the battery in this may not last us that long. But I think for general household purposes, for both pumping, for topping up your car tires or bicycle tires, or scooter, e-scooter tires or something like that, this thing works really, really well. And again, it's so super small and compact. It's just pretty awesome to see something this small that does this. Let's go over to my bike now, and we'll inflate those tires, and we'll see how it works in use. Okay, so here I am at my e-bike, and I don't even know if I need to inflate these tires or not. I suspect they are probably kind of low. So let's go ahead and check that, and we'll also inflate it. I want to bring these up to 57. So I've got the inflator here, and I'm going to just press this little button on the bottom to take out the little hose and install that first. That just screws on. And we'll go ahead and turn it on. Now I want to bring this up to 57, because that's the sort of, for these tires, these particular tires, that's where I want to be at, 57 psi. And what we'll do, hopefully you can see this here, and what I'm going to do is just screw the valve on to the tire until I hear a little bit of air pressure going in. There we go. So then you can see on the top, this is currently at 47.5, right? So let's bring this up to 57. Alright, we're getting close to 57 there. I sped that up. And then as you can see, it stopped. It says done at 57. So now this tire is inflated to 57. Let's say I wanted to bleed this down to like 56. Let's say I actually wanted 56. Well, I would just press the bleed valve there, and you can hear air coming out. Then it would bring it down. Actually, I went a little over. I went to like 55. So that works really well. As well, if you maybe inflated it a little bit too much, and you want to bring it down, you can press this bleeder valve right there. But for now, let's bring it back up to 57. And that's pretty much it. And then you just unscrew this, and you're all set. The other thing is, sometimes on different ones of these, when you unscrew it, it actually lets out a lot of air. Like, this valve is not very good, but on this one it's good. It doesn't, when you unscrew it, it doesn't let out a lot of air, so that's really nice. And then as you can see here, while I was using it, the battery indicator kind of went amber, as telling you that it was kind of using a lot of battery. But when I was done, it went back up to green. So so it didn't even take up that much charge. It's not showing like it's even used any charge on that inflation. So then when you're done, you just hold it down to turn it off until it says off, and then you unscrew this. And then this piece again fits right in there, and you have the nice compact setup right there. I think it's really cool and quite useful. So thanks for watching my review of this battery-powered handheld wireless tire inflator. I really like it a lot. It's got a cool, small, compact handheld design, and I like the features on it, the auto shut off, as well as the LCD screen on it, and the rechargeability. I don't know how long it's going to last, because it's does have a lithium-ion battery in it, and you are using that battery quite a bit, you know, when you are inflating a lot of tires and things like that, you know. So, but you know, I think for the price, it's something that's worth it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care.